Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Mr. Yancer.
Morning.
Really? Okay, well, long list, so through this here. In the matter of People versus Abraham on 255299, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Mr. Abraham. Judge, at this time, we would waive the reading and enter a plea of not guilty, as well as request a referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court order, plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel, Esteban, please.
Judge, I would just note as to bond, referencing the people's bond recommendations, my client has no prior criminal convictions, lifelong resident of the community, no pending cases that I'm aware of. This is a misdemeanor maximum penalty of 93 days. I did explain to him the no contact order that would be in place, as well as what would happen if he violated the order. And so I would ask for PR bond with appropriate conditions, Your Honor.
Court has reviewed the record. Also, court received some information this morning regarding Mr. Abraham. At this time, I'll take it under advisement. There will be no contact with the victim, and that would be certain, regardless of what the bond is. And then no firearms, no illegal controlled substances, and no alcohol. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
In the matter of People versus Matthew Beard on 360-4990-255298, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Matthew Beard. Your Honor, I think we stand mute, waive reading, ask for a referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel. And I'd like to.
Court order, plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Probable cause conference is 11:25 at 9:30. Preliminary exam is 12:02 at 3:30. They'll be in front of Judge Fickner. Also, there is a matter that a bench warrant on a ticket, it looks like, on the ending in 4990. So let me just address that. The court will recall. Call the warrant and refer to Judge Fickner. All right, Esteban, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Esteban, Mr. Beard tells me he has a limited contact with the criminal justice system. In fact, it includes just juvenile offenses. He's just recently been approved for SSI because of a seizure disorder. Otherwise, he's out of work. He's gotten through the 11th grade in the Saginaw schools, born and raised in this area, or at least he's been here for at least 12 years now. So I'd ask the court to consider a personal bond as it relates to these matters.
Now, given that court has some concern on whether Mr. Beard will appear for future court appearances, referencing the fact that he appeared for Judge Fickner. In addition, this matter involves the allegations as to a handgun and felonious assault. So monetary bond would be $5,000, cash surety, no contact with the victim, no firearms, no illegal controlled substances, no alcohol.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the matter of People versus Brian
Brzezinski?
Brzezinski, yes, 255279, appearances for the record.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Brian Brzezinski, who appears via Zoom. Your Honor, I've confirmed his address as 320 Walter.
You can send those to us by text if you would, please.
I beg your pardon?
If you could please text those to us or email them to us. We have the updated address normally, so no need to.
Okay, very well. And so if I may, Mr. Brzezinski's gotten he's working odd jobs now in construction. He's got a number of medical issues he's addressing. And he has, he does have some priors. He got prior, in fact, he's on parole at present, and would ask the court to consider a personal bond in this regard only in that he's indicated, Mr. Trzymski has indicated his parole officer will lift the parole hold if he has a personal bond on this matter.
If you were drug tested today, how would he test?
Clean, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'll wait to hear from his parole officer. Bond to be set at 2,000 cash surety, 10% at this time. In the
Thank you.
matter of People versus Johnson on 255297, 255291.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Judge, at this time, we would waive the reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and request referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court winner pleads of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Both sides. Probable cause conference, 11:24 at 11 a.m. Preliminary exam is 12:02 at 3 p.m. That's in front of Judge Jurens. Esteban.
Judge, I would just note that Mr. Johnson resides at 2718 Owen in the city of Saginaw. He's 44 years old. He's employed at Central Michigan Trust. Judge, I would ask you to release on personal recognizance in this matter. The last time Mr. Johnson was in the court system was almost 7 years ago. And Judge, I would just finally note that these are not assaultative crimes. I would ask for personal recognizance.
You drug tested today, how would you test?
Mr. Johnson?
Clean, Your Honor.
I'll have you drug tested today. If you are positive for any substance, you will be held unless I know. I'll ask you again. If you're drug tested today, how are you going to test?
I believe I'll test clean, Your Honor.
Now you're saying you believe. Therefore, Rhea, if you could please drug test Mr. Johnson and then hold. Thank you. People versus Carruthers on 255290, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Deborah Carruthers. At this time, we would waive the reading, enter a plea of not guilty, and request referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Probable cause conference is 11:25 at 9:45. Preliminary exam is 12:02 at 3:15 in front of Judge Hoffman. Esteban, please.
Judge, I just know Ms. Carruthers resides at 205 South 21st, 48601. She's 53 years old, lifelong resident of the community. She's employed at Sam's Club. Her criminal history, Judge, goes back really. I'm going to ignore the OWI and the traffic. At that point, we're going back to 2010. It's my understanding if she was drug tested today, she would test clean, have no substances at all, and I would ask that she be released on her own recognizance.
She has a 2020 OWI. Who resides with her at home?
Judge, I didn't ask her that. I don't believe either of the named victims do. Ms. Carruthers, who lives with you at the address on 21st Street?
My son does. He's 23.
When you have to be to work, Ms. Carruthers?
Excuse me? Did you hear me?
When do you have to be to work?
When you have to be at work.
I have to be at work. I'm supposed to be at work this morning. I have to be back there tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
How do I know you're gonna stay away from that alcohol?
I will, sir. It's not, I promise I will.
No, from that alcohol, it's kind of got you through the system here and there, so. All right, let me take it under advisement and then no contact, all right?
Okay.
That means the grandson too of you're dating, or they say you're dating. All right, I'll take it under advisement. Then I checked the, for all box B's, box G. In the matter of People versus Vasquez, 254210, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Ryan Vasquez. At this time, Judge, we would waive the reading under plea of not guilty, request referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Order plea of not guilty, also assigned counsel. Probable cause conference, 11:26 at 1:30, preliminary exam 12:05 at 8:30, that's in front of Judge Clark. As to bond for Ms. Vasquez.
Judge, as the bond, I would just note she lives at 1109 Crest Lane Drive, Saginaw, 48601, lifelong resident of the community. She is I'm sorry?
I have her address already, please, don't say it. No need to. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I would just ask for a reasonable bond in this matter, Your Honor.
She's on, parole, is she?
Probation, I believe.
Probation, circuit court? Yes. Miss Vasquez, what's your agent gonna do with you?
I don't know yet.
She hasn't seen her agent yet, Judge.
All right. Well, looking at your history, you going through a store is like Dr. Magneto going through Clingston's. 5,000 grams of cash surety at this time. When your agent figures out what he or she's gonna do with you, then the courts can too. All right, that's the day. In the matter of People versus Watson on 255289, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Ms. Watson. This time, Your Honor, we waive the reading under plea of not guilty and request a referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Order plea of not guilty, also assigned counsel. Probable cause, 11:26 at 8:30, preliminary exam 12:03 at 4 p.m. That's in front of Judge Clark. As to bond.
Judge Esteban, I would just ask that she be given a low bond. It's my understanding that she is on parole, hasn't had a chance to speak with an agent yet. And so given the nature of the charges and the likely eventual outcome, I would just ask that she be given a low bond at this time.
$2,000 cash surety, 10%. In the matter of People versus Clemens Jr., 242831, this is a bench warrant, failed to enroll and complete in CST. Clerk will recall the warrant. Is there anything before the court transfers the file back?
No, Your Honor, it's a hold for durance, so.
Hold. You're all set, Mr. Clemens Jr. In the matter of People versus Perkins, 255293, appearance for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Mr. Perkins. Judge, at this time, we would waive the reading under plea of not guilty, request referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court ordered plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Probable cause conference is 11:26 at 1:30. Preliminary exam is 12:05 at 10:30. That's in front of Judge Clark. As to bond, please.
Judge, Mr. Perkins is 74 years old. He's retired. He moved to the community so that he can help take care of his grandchildren, residing in the same house as his children. Count one CCW, Your Honor, I would just note that the charge is an excessively long knife. It's not a firearm. The count two, assault with a dangerous weapon involved in alleged altercation with a cane. I would ask that Mr. Perkins be released on his own recognizance, Judge. There's no reason to believe he's not going to come back to court.
Yeah. I don't know what's doing. I'm gonna take it under advisement, ask for a report recommendation. Find out if there's any health issues. All right, thank you. In the matter of People versus Phillips, file numbers 225191. Great. 22624. It didn't appear on my bench warrant before. 222454. 204639. And 223240. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Joe Phillips, who appeared today at Zoom. And Your Honor, I ask that the bench warrants be recalled as it relates to all these matters.
Okay, let me first, and then waive the reading on the other cases.
That's true. Yes, correct.
All right, please of not guilty. Probable cause conference 11:20 at 9:30. Preliminary exam 12:1 at 2:30. That will be back in apparently this courtroom. I'll recall the bench warrant on 4639. Yeah, let me just do all the more anything. With regard to file number 222454, recall bench warrant, enter plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. With regard to 22624, this was Mr. Phillips failed to appear for a pretrial within my court on February 25 of 22 at 11 a.m. Given that he's demonstrated a failure to appear on multiple occasions, 3,500 cash surety, 10%. With regard to, and then all bond conditions remain the same. With
Thank you.
regard to 5191 court winner pleas, I'm not guilty as well, also assigned counsel. Probable cause conference as well as 11:20 at 9:30. Preliminary exam is 12:1 at 2:30. Is there anything else as to bond?
No, Your Honor. As to, I simply, well, you've set the bonds. No, nothing else, other than Mr. Phillips did indicate that he's receiving treatment from Covenant, although he didn't have his oxygen with him. So I'd ask the court to have the file marked medical. He's indicated he's
Since I have these cases and I'll use it to determine bond the next court hearing, if not before. If Mr. Phillips is drug tested, how is Mr. Phillips going to test?
I didn't ask him that, Mr. Phillips.
I was driving clean, sir.
Clean.
Okay. Jail, we can drop Mr. Phillips, just verification of the plan. Then we'll address the bond at a later date. Let's get an attorney for you and find out why he didn't come back to court. In the matter of People versus Rogan on 24663 715 857 A 4465606B. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Ms. Rogan. Judge, on file 663, at this time, we would waive the reading under plea of not guilty. Request for the office of assigned counsel.
Appear for, it looks like she's just failed to appear for court dates. With regard
Okay, Judge,
to this, though,
I have
civil infraction on a registration plate. I will recall the warrant and then just suspend. So that takes one down. With regard to the other matter, failed to appear as well for a pretrial. Is there a reason she didn't want to come back to court in April?
Judge, she didn't recall knowing she was supposed to be in court at that time. I would just note that the address the court has is the same address that we'd use right now.
Okay. think she may have warrants out of Bay City as well.
Yeah, Judge.
Or it just makes it so much easier, and all you have is traffic matters. And we want to do everything we can to get you a license or get you on the path to get the license. But you're not helping that, all by not showing up to court. Are you working?
Yes, Judge, she is employed as a SENA at Stratford Pines.
Yeah, her warrants are out of Carroll, not Bay City. Well, I take that back. It's also out of Bay City. Bay City has a 100-mile pickup and looks like Tuscola County has a 100-mile pickup. There we go. All right, well. Let's do this. I'll take under advisement, see what the other counties are gonna do. At least there's gonna be at least a reporting. Please come to court. We'll take care of these and try and get you on a path for your license. But you gotta meet us at some point. So, all right, you're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. In the matter of People versus Angela Peters, 242114, 245045, appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Ms. Peters. Judge, at this time, I believe we have 2 warrants to take care of for failure to appear.
Yes, court will recall a bench warrant with regard to Judge Clark. Is there a reason why she didn't show up for the preliminary exam last year?
No, Judge, I don't have a good reason for that. I discussed it with her. I think there's some confusion about the nature of the charges and what was expected of her. I had a conversation with her about how to proceed going forward, what she needs to do. I don't expect there to be a problem going to court next time.
Waive the reading on 245045.
Yes, Judge, not guilty, request deferral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
We're going to plead not guilty, also to sign counsel. Probable cause conference is 11/26 of 25 at 1:30. Preliminary exam is 12/5 at 25 at 10 a.m. in front of Judge Clark. The bond on the requested by the prosecutor on 245045 was 2,000 cash surety, 10%. The court will go along with that, given that she failed on another matter. Judge Clark is going to also put a bond of 7,500 cash surety, 10%. Court will go along with that as well. All conditions remain the same. All set. In regards to People versus Coleman, 223376 and 252922. Let's start with the misdemeanor file on why he failed to appear for a probation violation of Raymond on October 27th before Judge Clark.
Well, good morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Coleman. I'm not sure if you understood that that's a direct question to him.
Yeah. Is there a reason why I didn't show up? Bob here. Let's just do this.
Okay,
Disclose felony file. On 252922, waive the reading.
yes, we waive the reading, stand mute, ask for a referral to OAC.
OAC, court winner pleaded not guilty. Probable cause conference. (11/26) at 1:30. Preliminary exam is 12/5 at 11. That's in front of Judge Clark. And then as to bond on the new file, please.
Excuse me, as to bond, Your Honor, Mr. Coleman does have, although he's a nearly lifelong resident of the county. He's got a job pending. He's in the process with GM. He's not been officially employed, but he's feeling pretty good about it. He has he's not presently on probation nor parole. So I'd ask the court to consider a PR bond for both matters.
Given that he has demonstrated a failure to appear, here's Judge Clark also, this is a third violation in regard to the domestic violence case. Given the history of intimate partner abuse, also given the assaultive history, bond would be set at 5,000 cash surety, 10% in accordance with Judge Clark's bond, and then 2,000 cash surety, 10%, no contact with the victims, no firearms, no illegal controlled substances, no alcohol. In accordance with the felony guide.
Thank you.
People versus Collins on 254191 and 8929717 A, B, C. 2621304 A, B, 8928865 A, 8928757 A. All right. Full load of tickets, what are we gonna do?
Thank you, Judge. Zachary answer on behalf of Mr. Collins. Judge, this time we would waive the reading under pleas of not guilty, not responsible as applicable. Request an informal hearing as well as refer the office to the sign council.
Set for a formal hearing, given that he has, well, plead not responsible, set for formal hearing. Or when I plead not guilty, is there a reason why he's not taking care of his tickets or coming to court on them, or? Why did he not come for arraignment? I recall the warrant on the one.
Yeah, Judge, I don't really have a good excuse or answer. I would just note that Mr. Collins is currently employed at Mid-Michigan Trust. Talked to him about the need to get his driver's license situation handled. And, you know, now that all these matters are before the court, he can come back with an attorney and get them taken care of.
Right. Well, given on, 8929717, well, the people haven't really indicated why a bond other than, PR bond should be put in place. It's there to appear on the prior tickets. Of course, it's gonna put a, $500 cash surety, 10% bond on that, just to ensure that things. All right, what's up? In the matter of People versus Green on 3981123. Failure to
For your
appear.
honor, Zachary answer on behalf of Ms. Green present. Judge, I would just ask the warrant be recalled. Ms. Green is not able to make a payment while in custody. She did indicate that should she be allowed out of custody, she can make a payment within 2 weeks.
You told me that, what was that? Within the last year, she said that, she just got her job back at Hosbeck and she'll have it paid in 30 days. She didn't make any payments whatsoever. Let me do this. She working?
No, your honor.
Let me recall the warrant. I'm gonna recall the warrant, Ms. Green, and refer back. I'll let Judge Clark know that you're there and see what he wants to do with it. I imagine if you can just get on a payment plan, they'll work with you. But Judge Clark's taking all the space on the register of action, so I'll let him decide what to do. All right, good luck. In the matter of People versus Wadley on 235081, 235082, these are income tax cases. Really?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Wadley. And that's right, who stands mute, we waive the reading, we ask it.
Well, they're already under a plea of not guilty. He's failed to appear. It's on file number, Mr. Wadley, on file number 235081, this is your fifth failure to appear on an income tax matter. I'm sure we have said this on at least 5 prior occasions, that all you had to do was go to City of Saginaw to meet with them to put up a payment plan or to resolve if you do owe it. I cannot any longer do a PR bond. This is now the 5th one with about $20 per failure to appear. You've now cost the taxpayers over $100 in administrative fees of just getting these files set, let alone all you gotta do is drive around the city of Saginaw to see their condition and why they need their tax dollars. So I'm gonna put a $145 cash only bond on 235081. That is the amount that's alleged to have been owed in the warrant year. And then with regard to 235082, the amount is 487. So do a $500 cash only bond on there. I'll refer these back to Judge Clark and then let him to decide what to do with the files. You're all set.
Very well.
Matter 255300, People versus Daniels, appearance for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. David Roby on behalf of Mr. Roy Daniels, who's present via Zoom. Mr. Daniels stands mute. We waive the reading, ask for a referral to Office of Assigned Counsel.
Current runner plea of not guilty, also of assigned counsel. Probable cause conference is 11:25 at 9:45. Preliminary exam is 12:02 at 3:30. That's in front of Judge Hoffman. As to bond, please.
As to bond, Your Honor, I'd ask the court to consider. Now, I do know that Mr. Daniels has some criminal history. He's also, however, suffering from cellulitis and some other. I don't want to put it on the record, but I don't know if you noticed it. He limped into the room. In any event, I'd ask the court to file, if anything else, mark the file medical. He is on parole. I'd ask the court to simply adopt a set of bond that's appropriate.
My understanding, he has outstanding warrants. Does have a criminal history, which is different. In addition, given the allegations and then what's in the bond condition, this court has great concern of whether or not he'll appear in court, as I believe that there is a warrant for an absconding out of Ogama County. Given that, bond in the matter will be set according with what Judge Hoffman had set. Was set at 10%, but given this under the statute, it does not qualify. Bond be set at 5,000 cash surety. Once it gets an attorney, then they can address the bond. Any medical issues can be addressed to the jail.
Thank you.
With regard to the last one, People versus Angela Lasecki on 252250. Appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Zachary Answer on behalf of Ms. Kasecki. Judge, we would waive the reading under plea of not guilty. Request referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel.
Court winner plea of not guilty. Office of Assigned Counsel. As to bond, please.
Judge, as to bond, I would just note this, in this felony warrant, Ms. Kasecki is only charged with retail fraud in the 2nd degree, count 3, conspiracy to commit. She's a lifelong resident of Bay County, Judge. No pending criminal matters. She's not on probation or parole. Her criminal history is old, Your Honor. We're going back 20 years to her last conviction. I would ask that she be released on her own recognizance, with a trespass to minor.
And if she were drug tested, how would she test?
Judge, we had no indication of any drugs at the time, so I did not ask her. Ms. Kasecki, what would you test positive, if anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, no, she has a bench warrant out of Bay City. In addition, this court would have concern with Your bond will be set at 4,000 cash surety, 10% bond. All right. Thank you, Jail. Thank you, Mr. Yancer. Thank you, Mr. Willie.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Lucas signatures.